So Elon Musk is defending DOGE cost-cutting mission as the House prepares to hold two more DOGE-style hearings today.
Madeleine Rivera is in Washington, and she has the latest for us. Hey, Madeleine.
Hi, guys. Good morning. Yeah, speaking to Larry Kudlow, Elon Musk acknowledged the criticism DOGE has been getting. He called the work tough sledding, but he also maintains they are doing the right thing.
When people criticize, say, what DOGE is doing, we say, well, which part specifically? Because we put all of the actions of the DOGE team on the DOGE.gov website and on the DOGE handle on X. So we post the receipts. So it's like, this action has been taken, this action has been taken. When we get criticism, we say, like, of what? Which line do you disagree with? Like, which cut?
Musk says DOGE is in nearly every federal department. He says there are plans to double the size of the team from 100 to 200. And he says he does anticipate they could reach $1 trillion in savings, barring any obstacles to their work. There are calls, though, from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle that Congress should be the ones making the cuts. There are two hearings on Capitol Hill today looking at potential fraud and waste. There's a House Oversight Subcommittee hearing to examine COVID fraud this morning. Chairman Pete Sessions says we uncovered billions of taxpayer dollars rushed out the door during the Biden administration under the guise of pandemic aid. We owe it to the American people to continue this investigation, identify long-lasting solutions, and ensure their tax dollars are spent effectively. The House Homeland Security Subcommittee is also holding a hearing this afternoon. They say that, too, will be focused on identifying waste, fraud, and abuse in the department during the Biden administration. Lauren, Steve, Ainsley, and Brian.
All right, Maddie, thanks.
Thank you, Madeleine.
Fascinating to see Larry Kudlow sit down with him in the White House yesterday for it looks like 20, 25 minutes. And it's hard to see a guy in the country more under fire. And if you listen to that podcast, which, as I mentioned yesterday, it takes three and a half hours to get through, there's the constant threats on his life. Yeah. And he says, I'm worried that somebody's going to be hearing these descriptions of me as a Nazi that can't be stopped and a communist. And they're going to say, it's my duty to go have him eliminated. Right. And what he's doing is, with his free time, allowing his companies to let his vice presidents and presidents run those companies, and he's focusing for free on forming a force to lean out government and get out the corruption in government. And there's so much pushback. My view is he can't get his head around it. He posted on DOGE.gov. Take a look at it. Point out the contracts yesterday, for example. Lee Zeldin posted on his, he's going to eliminate $3.2 million in programs that he found. Then you have Marco Rubio says USAID, I've decided to eliminate 83% of the programs there. That's in conjunction with DOGE.
And it also talks about the weekly credit cards. We were looking at this while Madeleine was talking. We were listening to her, but on DOGE.gov, and it says 200,000 credit cards have been deactivated among 16 different agencies that were audited. These were credit cards that were unneeded. So you can go on there and you can see the report card of all the waste.
And the next step, apparently, is DOGE plans to, and actually the state of Ohio does, every check that the government cuts, they plan on posting on the DOGE site. But y'all talk about the threats. I honestly didn't realize it was this bad. Hannity did a full deep dive into this yesterday. The amount of car dealerships that have been set on fire as a result of this.
Dealership.
I mean, this is crazy. What's going on?
Trucks that were
Cybertrucks.
Donald Trump said he's going to buy a Tesla. Sean yesterday on radio said he's buying one and he's going to donate it to a winner. Someone who wins on radio. He also said he's going to buy another one last night.
Well, and it's not just in this country. It's also a cyber attack on X. Elon Musk, during that interview at one point, he said that there were disruptions, denial of services in a gigantic orchestrated way. He said it looked like either a really large organization or a country. And he suggested that it looks like it's coming from the Ukraine area. You got to figure if he's going to say that, it probably does look like it's coming from the Ukraine area. However, that's how Russia does stuff. They spoof things to make it look like it's coming from over there because they would love to have Elon Musk pull the plug on the Starlink internet stuff that has been so effective in helping Zelensky. Everybody knows that's probably what Russia is doing. You can't think that anybody in Ukraine would be screwing with X at this point.
Right. And by the way, I got assured over the weekend, Starlink's not moving. They're going to keep it up. That's be devastating.
In Ukraine?
Yeah, in Ukraine. But don't do what I did. So yesterday I got an X alert that I've been compromised. So it looked
by the
legitimate.
Russians?
Oh, it just said, yeah, we have a problem with one of your
your
postings.
ex account.
So I click through, and I'm dead.
What do you
So I can't get on my ex account.
Where was this warning? Was it in an email or was it on your ex account?
It was an email.
Yeah.
It was an email to the right account. It looked totally authentic. I clicked on it, and then it said to report the problem, click on it. And it's from Turkey.
You fell for it. You're not supposed to do that.
I'm guilty as charged.
I
just thought I must have, because I posted a lot of things over the weekend. I'm trying to think, for the life of me, I didn't know X was down. I said, what did I do wrong? So I'm looking at my postings. So let me make sure. They said, if you don't get back to me in 24 hours, your account will be stopped.
Oh, God.
So I didn't want that. That happened to me before. So I got my whole
So you
account
clicked
right
on
now
it.
is that. I clicked on it.
Kids, don't try that
That's
at
why
home.
I'm bringing it
That's
up.
exactly what
So are
It
you
looked
gonna
real.
are you able to fix it?
It's up to our chief of staff.
Yeah, Lexi always gets to the bottom of it.
Right.
Our assistant's new title is chief of staff.
Yeah, because she's not an assistant.
It sounds better, too.
She does everything.
You know, all this pushback in the media, I don't get it because they've been quite transparent of what they want to do in DOGE, what they're doing. Ainsley and Brian just went through the website telling you exactly. You can find this. There's no secrets here.
Right.
Elon went even deeper yesterday with Kudlow, talking about the inner workings of DOGE. Watch.
How do you pick your next targeted agency or department?
Well, we're trying to act broadly across all departments, so it's not just one department at a time.
Are you in all of them now? All of them?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes. Oh.
We're trying to make the government more efficient across the board. So yeah.
How big's your team?
We're a little over 100 at this point.
100.
Get to 200.
You're going to get to 200.
Yeah. We've got this enormous federal budget deficit, and it's a $2 trillion deficit. It keeps growing. Our interest payments are higher than our Defense Department budget. That's I think was the real wake-up call for me, was looking at seeing that the interest payments on national debt exceeded the Defense Department budget. And that was only growing over time, which meant if we didn't do something about this, then there won't be any money for anything. We'll just be servicing debt.
So Donald Trump doubled and tripled down on his support of him. And Steve, yesterday we were just talking about what was happening behind closed doors. I think it was on Friday. It was a real fight. You know, the cabinet secretary stood up and said, I need control of my personnel. There's some of the guys that you're working with, some of your DOGE people were cutting some people that we need, and between Sean Duffy and Marco Rubio, but they aired it out. Now think about this. In any sport, the Kansas City Chiefs, your New York Yankees, whatever it is, whatever company you're in, if you really want to be successful, tempers will flare. Confident people will go at each other, and it makes you better. If you don't, if you're just going on to hold on to your job, that's when there's almost no friction. There's also a lot less incentives for the most part for success. And if your goal is to make the country better, because you don't leave, for example, Sean Duffy's job where he's making great money, working working both channels, with 9 kids in New Jersey, you don't leave that job to make $200,000 and live away from your family for 4 years unless you love the country.
You have a head coach,
so you gotta right, but that's just it. There's nothing wrong with having it
100%.
out.
You got 2 players that are superstars in their own rights in different areas, and then you have the president of the United States, which I'm told in the meeting that made the final call to say,
He let them fight it out.
He let them fight up and said, this is the move that we're going to make now.
Two things that I learned from that interview yesterday that I did not know. He was talking about the gigantic fraud loophole that the NGOs get all this money from the government. We've been reporting on NGOs down there at the border that take the migrants, they give them shelter, they help them. Who knows what they're giving them? But it's
With
all
government grants.
government grants. Those are your tax dollars. So he said these NGOs, we have no control over them. We give them the money and they can use it however they want. He also talked about that this is going to be a temporary agency. So Elon Musk is spending so much time, he's getting harassed, death threats. His businesses are getting caught on fire. And then also the charging stations, people are setting those on fire. All of this, his stocks are down. He did all of this for our country, and he's spending 18 months carrying out this mission, he says, until July 4th of 2026. They're cutting trillions of dollars from the national deficit.
So Larry asked him, you're going to stick around for another year? And he said yes. And so the question is, how's he going to be able to do that? Because he's a special government employee right now. You can only work 130 days. Maybe he will have another classification, but nonetheless, He's sticking around until it's all over.